My mother-in-law said my marriage was a trial run. I made sure she learned her place. When Tom and I got married, I thought the worst was behind us. We had survived the chaos of wedding planning, the endless advice from relatives, and the stress of moving into our new home together. We were finally married, and I thought I had gained a new family. I was wrong. From the start, Tom's mother, Carol, was different. She had a way of talking that looked sweet on the surface, but every word was dipped in poison. At our wedding reception, when people were congratulating us, Carol leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Don't get too comfortable. First marriages rarely last." I thought she was joking. I laughed nervously and brushed it off. But she wasn't joking. Over the next 6 months, she dropped little comments constantly. "You'll never take care of Tom the way I did. Mothers always come before wives. Enjoy this honeymoon phase while it lasts." Tom tried to defend me when he noticed, but Carol would always backpedal. "Oh, I didn't mean it like that. You're so sensitive." The breaking point came at Carol's retirement party. 70 people were in the room, extended family, colleagues, old friends. Carol stood up to give a speech, glass of champagne in her hand, and right in front of everyone she said, "I'm so happy to be surrounded by my real family tonight. And of course, some temporary ones too. You know, marriages these days are like trial runs." The room went dead silent, except for a few awkward laughs. My face burned. I looked at Tom, whose jaw dropped. He whispered, "Mom, what the hell?" But Carol just smiled smugly and kept drinking. Later, Tom confronted her privately, but she shrugged. "I'm just being realistic. You don't even know if she'll last long enough to give me grandchildren." That was it. I wasn't going to fight her with words. I was going to let her choke on her own. A few weeks later, Tom and I decided to host a big dinner in our new house. I invited my parents, siblings, close friends, and some of Tom's extended family who were kind to me. But I intentionally left Carol and her husband off the list. The night of the party, our house was buzzing with laughter, the smell of roasted chicken, and clinking glasses. For the first time since marrying into Tom's family, I felt like I truly belonged somewhere. Halfway through dessert, Tom's phone buzzed. Without thinking, he answered on speaker. "Where's my invitation?" Carol's sharp voice filled the kitchen. "You weren't invited," Tom said flatly. "What?" she shrieked. I called out from across the table. "It's a trial run dinner. Temporary guests only." The room froze, then burst into laughter. My mom nearly spit out her wine. Tom hung up before Carol could finish screaming. I thought that would be the end. I was wrong. Over the next few weeks, Carol sent Tom long guilt trip texts. "I carried you for 9 months. This is how you repay me. She's manipulating you against me. You'll regret this when your trial marriage ends." When that didn't work, she showed up at our house. Twice. The second time, she stood outside in the rain, screaming, "You can't erase me. I'm his real family." Tom called the cops on her. She left, but not quietly. She screamed the entire time they escorted her off our property. A few weeks before Thanksgiving, Carol called Tom. "You're coming Thursday." It wasn't a question. Tom said calmly, "Only if my wife is invited." "She's not family. Then I'm not coming. You'd skip Thanksgiving? You banned my wife. Choose me or her." "I choose her." The silence stretched. Then Carol hung up. On Thanksgiving, we went to my parents' house instead. Tom helped my dad cook, laughed with my siblings, and ate until he couldn't move. He looked genuinely happy. That night, he posted photos with the caption, "Grateful for my real family who welcomed me with open arms." Carol saw it immediately. She left 3 voicemails, each more hysterical than the last. The third ended with, "You'll regret this. She won't last. I'm your mother. She's nothing." The next day, Tom's grandmother called him. "Your mother is having a breakdown." "What happened?" Tom told her everything. About the trial run comment, about banning me, about Thanksgiving. Long silence. Then Grandma said she did what? She hung up on Tom. And for the next 2 hours, Carol's phone blew up with calls from her own mother. Tom's aunt later told us Grandma verbally destroyed her. For the first time, the entire family saw Carol for who she really was. 2 months later, I found out I was pregnant. Tom was ecstatic, but nervous. "Mom doesn't even know we were trying," he said. "Good," I told him. "She doesn't deserve to know." We planned to announce the pregnancy at a New Year's Eve dinner with family and friends. But Tom, being too excited, called his dad the night before. "We're having a baby. Don't tell Mom." His dad promised. Within an hour, Carol was screaming down the phone. "My grandchild. How dare you hide this from me? You said my wife was temporary," Tom said coldly. "That makes this baby temporary too, right?" "That's my blood," she shouted. "Half of it is hers," Tom shot back. "By your rules, that means the baby doesn't belong to you either." Carol was speechless. At our New Year's Eve party, we announced the pregnancy.